SRP Media.
I'm not leaving footprints behind me. I'm not moving anywhere fast. My body's reluctant to exit and to leave what I adore and treasure in the past. 'Cause every time I try to walk away, I can't move my legs, I can't turn my head. I just wanna look you in the face, 'cause you don't walk away from love. I walked over miles of mountains, I walked from the sea to the sea, marching to your beat like a zombie. And I'm mesmerized and standing still, stationary. Every time I walk down the road, these blockades of rivers wide enough, mountains high. Every time I try to walk away, I can't move my legs, I can't turn my head. I just wanna look you in the face, 'cause you don't walk away from love. I just wanna love you every day, because I found what everybody else is looking for. You don't walk away from love. You don't walk away, don't walk away from. You don't walk away from love. You don't walk away from Don't walk away from every time I try to walk away. I can't move my legs, I can't turn my head. You don't walk away from I just wanna look you in the face, 'cause you don't walk away from love. You don't walk away from love. No, you don't walk away from. You don't walk away from love.
Welcome to Made in Brum, and opening this week's show was Peace with a track called You Don't Walk Away From Love. And our guest on this week's show will be Chris Howell, manager of Black Country Light and Sound Limited and behind the project to turn the Sutton Coldfield Town Hall into a 500 capacity music venue. And Chris will be here after a classic track from 1969 from the Ace Kefford Stand. and that was a classic track from 1969 from the Ace Kefford stand. Now, I've got to be careful how I say this, called Gravy Booby Jam. You heard it right, Gravy Booby Jam. We're joined now by our guest on today's show, Chris Howell. Welcome, Chris.
Hello, Dave.
Very interested in these projects that you've got coming up later on this year and next year. So we're going to firstly talk about what you've been up to during the summer with your company, Black Country Light and Sound.
Yeah, I run a couple of organisations actually. There's Q Stage, which is primarily musical theatre based, and also Black Country Light and Sound, which supplies tech support, PA and lighting and sound engineers. And basically been out in the community doing these festivals that have happened because the weather's been so fantastic, and I've spotted quite a few brilliant bands that are from Birmingham. So I've made a little list, and you've invited me on here to have a chat about that. And
so what festivals have you been to this year then?
there's been quite a few community festivals that have happened because the weather's been so good. There's Bearwood Shuffle, Lightswood Park in Bearwood. They've just refurbished Lightswood House. And we threw bands on the bandstand twice over the summer. People came out, threw picnic blankets down and had a cracking time with a load of bands. We did it in Langley Park. And also, again, people came out in getting close to 1,500 people to sit out in the sun and just listen to some good music. So, we've been out in the area spotting bands. We've got this project launching at Sutton Town Hall, which is, we're going to focus on local live artists in the area. And run some local nights after Christmas. So I thought I'd bring a list of those bands.
We're going to touch on that a bit later on, but I think we'll get your first track on.
Open Arms, fantastic band, and they stood out amongst them all, really. Free T-shirts, thanks guys, that was brilliant. But yeah, 4-piece band from Birmingham, formed in 2015. Cracking track, jumped on the stage and just launched straight into their set, and brilliant. Yeah, Open Arms, called Telescope.
My eyes are useless, seeing things from afar, horizons where you are there. Are you there? So far away, how am I supposed to say what I really want to? Looking for a shortcut, desperate to talk, but I can't see you. I wish I had, I wish I had. Telescope. a telescope. A telescope. A telescope.
Okay, that was Open Arms with Telescope.
Great band. Still got the T-shirt, as I said. Thanks, guys.
I first met you quite a few years ago now, because we've got a mutual connection through Lee Kirby, Spitfire Radio.
Yeah, God rest his soul. What was that, 2012?
Yeah, I think it was,
About
yeah.
that time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, great guy. We've got, obviously, a lot of memories with him. He did a lot for local community radio in Birmingham, but sadly he lost his life. He was riddled with illness and troubled for many years. So he's he left quite an impact on me as a person. He was a good guy.
Yeah,
I'm sure you can say the same.
I can. Yeah, I wouldn't be doing this show. I wouldn't be doing half the things without Lee. I mean, he gave me a chance at Spitfire Radio to do a show about a club that meant something to me at that time, and I was interested in, obviously, mothers. He gave me a show and he said, why don't you come and do a show about it? I did 12 weeks, got to know Lee. We used to go down the what was his station, converted from a pigeon the loft.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you say, we both owe him a great deal, and he's a great loss to the community.
He did. I mean, it was a cracking project with Spitfire Radio. We moved them from the back of his mum's shed in the back of his garden into Radio House. It got a bit too much for him in the end. As I say, he was riddled with health and he went downhill quite rapidly. So yeah, shame. He's a great loss. A good guy, Lee was.
I think we should dedicate your next choice to Lee Kirby.
Yes, actually, that's a good segue, because El Sam, another artist that I met at Grange Park in Dudley, again, we put a stage up and threw a load of bands on for the day. And El Sam, he was one that stood out amongst them. Great guy, come from war-torn Syria, and the way he expresses himself goes against the grain of his background and his culture, and that's what I admired about him. Really, he's somebody that fights, and they say Lee was a fighter as well, so that's quite a good segue. But this is El Sam with Damned.
I want to tell you a story about a boy who's lived so far away, who's had a dream to stay, to be a man, to be the one to take control, for people, for the rage, for pain and agony. As roses fall and people know the blood red is how I will be when fire comes to burn our tongues. I find my peace. Take away the darkness for light I should see. Let it go when time's gone and lead it over me. I'll be damned if I could break the silence and walk among this beach. It's a beautiful feeling I have to be free. I want to tell you a story about a boy whose heart has been condemned with fire till the end. As roses fall and people know the blood red is how I will be when fire comes to burn our tongues. I find my peace now. Take away the darkness for light I should see. Let it go when time's gone and lead it over me. I'll be damned if all desires. It's a beautiful thing to touch, to hear the sound of peace. It's a beautiful heart to beat, take away the darkness for light I should see. Let it go when time's gone and lead it over me. I'll be damned if I could break the silence and walk among these streets. It's a beautiful feeling I have to be free.
SRP Media.
When you came around, I was trying to find something new, afraid that I would fall down from the secrets I shared with you. And if you change, I don't wanna know. Let's turn around, leave now, chasing calls out of town. I've been driving, I've been drinking, I've been trying to hang my noose. All around town echoes the same sound as it rings so clear and true. And if you change, I don't wanna know. Let's turn around, leave now, chasing calls out of town.
And that was the superb Broken Wit Rebels. Great band, great local band.
Yes.
And obviously you've got a bit of a strong passion for them as well.
Yeah, I first spotted them when they did a music video back in, it's got to be 2013, I'm thinking back. Filmed around Castle Vale, and I thought, they're actually pretty good. Didn't really see much of them then for a while. And then all of a sudden, they've just burst onto the scene with these cracking albums. Been over into America recording. I can understand they're back now. But yeah, brilliant band. I mean, they've got influences that you can hear in their music all over.
Another Lee Kirby connection.
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But one thing I would like to say to Broken Wit Rebels, this project we got at Sutton Coldfield Town Hall for these local live nights, give me a shout. I'd like to put you on the stage. Get back in touch with me, chris@qstage.com.
See, we've just opened the door to the Sutton Coldfield Town Hall. So
Yeah.
talk about this project that's happening now.
It's a fantastic project. Obviously, people know Sutton Coldfield Town Hall of old was a council building for many years. Part of it, as obviously people know, has been sold off as flats. But the other part, the better part with the stage, is now run by an arts trust, and the freehold of the building is soon to be handed over from the council. So the arts trust will be creatively in control and operationally of the whole building, which is a fantastic asset to Sutton Coldfield and North Birmingham. So much goes on there: musical theatre, community events, vegan fairs, record fairs we're planning for next year, and also a full raft of a live music offering as well, which kicks off on the 22nd of November with Chris Difford from Squeeze, supported by Boo Huadine. Have a look online at Boo, he's great, but Chris Difford and Squeeze, I mean, what an act to have on North Birmingham to launch this project.
Yeah.
It's
a great start.
It is a great start, and you know what we've got coming up next year. We're going to talk about mothers, and what we got coming up in May next year with that. But there'll be stuff going out in the press. You'll see it on BBC and various other places about the gig. But yeah, we're opening it up to live nights for local bands after the winter. There's so much coming up there. There's not enough time to talk about it all, unfortunately. But keep your eye on the Facebook page, follow Sutton Town Hall on Instagram, and just keep your eyes on it, because it's going to be a fantastic asset to the community.
So we're going to play another track.
Again, another band from Birmingham. They were on a local community festival again in Bearwood. They got Matt from Bearwood Promoters to thank for this one. They're called Mondo Royale. And if you think of synth pop crossed with Mario Brothers and a bit of indie, you've sort of got it. This is Mondo Royale and Stop the World.
Stop the world, stop the world. You can't stop the world, stop the world, stop the world. You can't stop the world, stop the world, stop the world. You can't stop the world, stop the world, stop the world. Big mistake, there's no way to stop the world. No pause, no break. At 90 times the speed of sound, we live, we make. Everything is supersonic, hearts and mind keeps racing. Faster than a speeding minute, life goes by. If you blink, you might just miss it. Here's why: you can't stop the world, stop the world, stop the world. You can't stop the world, stop the world, stop the world. So hold on, life is meant to embrace. So hold on, hold on. Feel the wind in your face and hold on. You can stop. You can't stop the world, stop the world, stop the world. You can't stop the world, stop the world, stop the world. You can't stop the world, stop the world, stop the world. You can't stop the world, stop the world, stop the world. Feel the groove, even when we're standing still. We're on the move, taking turns until there's nothing left to prove. Every day's a revolution, time for overthrowing. Faster than a speeding minute, life goes by. If you blink, you might just miss it. Here is why: you can't stop the world, stop the world, stop the world. You can't stop the world, stop the world, stop the world. So hold on. world, stop the world, stop the world. No, no, you can't stop the world, stop the world, stop the world. No, no, you can't stop the world, stop the world, stop the world. No, no, you can't stop, stop. Oh no, you can't stop, stop. Oh no, you can't stop, stop. Oh no, you can't stop, stop. Stop the world.
Something's happening today. All my fears are here to stay. We grew up too young, and everything's not fine. A brave New England shine, 'cause we are afraid. So wake up early before you go to bed. That delirium will keep you out your head. I said go home sunshine, you stay too long. And everything's not fine. A brave New England shine, 'cause we are afraid. So cast your vote for the red or blue. See, it don't matter, they don't care about you. And pushing daisies is the easy way out. And everything's not fine. A brave New England shine, 'cause we are afraid. So pick a part and see that we were never free. Oh, it could fade away. Something happened here today. All my fears have gone away. Red and white and I'm still blue.
So that was two tracks in a row. Firstly, you heard Mondo Royale, We Stop the World, and then an interesting track from the Jacks called Anglo. There was a reason why you chose the Jacks as your choice.
Yeah, I mean, the guys in the band are great. I know Steve, the lead singer, I've worked with him a few times. He's a great guy. He's a self-confessed pirate. He's a pro wrestler. And the band are great. They've got such energy. And I just think there's a little bit of anarchy needed in music today, and they show some, certainly. You know, Steve, shout out, man. You're a great guy.
Okay, so we're going to have another song choice. So
Yeah.
what you got lined up for us then, Chris?
Absolutely. Well, there's various bands that I could talk about, but there's one in particular that really struck me over the summer. Delta Autumn. You know, these really stood out because they rocked up on stage. They got a load of old analog synths and cables everywhere, and it was just an absolute mess of spaghetti on the stage. It really was. And what they came out with was just to do something like that. But, you know, fantastic track. This is Delta Autumn. Annie.
Quicker than the wind you carry, thicker than the smoke you blew. But I know there'll be no fooling me. Bitter like the taste she's used, as real as the gold you wear. You're too slow, there'll be no fooling me. Your inches from but I'm waiting there. Am I making this clear? There'll be no fooling me. she could take. And said that everything was cool. I'm about done with your fake. Hope for your sake what you said is true. Sandy said that she could take. And said that everything was cool. I'm about done with your fake. Hope for your sake what you said is true. God like the art you care. Clever is the name you choose. But I know there'll be no fooling me. Fickle is the front she's used. Can't cut her with the big boys still. You're too slow. There'll be no fooling me. You're miles from home, but I'm waiting there. Am I making this clear? There'll be no fooling me.
Take you back to the city where we danced and I whispered I love you. You wore the coat with the fur, and you looked so good when I saw you. I never thought we could be back then. Go out what's up, we're just good friends, girl. 'Cause I never thought we could be back then. Go out what's up, just good friends, girl. Oh, babe, you're so sweet. You from the apple tree, and if you close the blinds, we'll all sleep tonight. You had a smile that lasted all summer. Too into when I said I want you. Late night drives playing my tunes. Just wait for the hook and I promise you once. I never thought we could be back then. Go out what's up, we're just good friends, girl. 'Cause I never thought we could be back then. Go out what's up, we're just good friends, girl. Oh, babe, you're so sweet. You from the apple tree. And if you close the blinds, we won't sleep tonight. Back then, throw out words on just give friends, girl. 'Cause I never thought we could be back then. Throw out words on just give friends, girl. Oh, babe, you're so sweet. You from the apple tree. And if you close the blinds, we won't sleep tonight. Oh, babe, you're so sweet. You from the apple tree. And if you close the blinds, we won't sleep tonight.
So you think you could tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange a walk-on part in the war for a lead role in a cage? Wish you were here.
Welcome back to part 3 of Made in Brum. First up, you heard
That was real cool.
Real Cool
The
with
Real
Blinds.
Cool Blinds, fantastic band. Yeah, they've played at some various community events in and around Birmingham. A fair few of my contacts actually know them, but yeah, great band.
And second track was Pink Floyd with Wish You Were Here,
Wish you were here.
which obviously there's a reason why we chose that, because next year, on Friday the 10th of May at Sutton Coldfield Town Hall, we'll be doing Mothers 2, a charity gig to celebrate the original Mothers Club.
Part of what we've got to do is pay homage to the heritage of live music in Birmingham, and especially North Birmingham where Mothers was. So yeah, we couldn't ask for a better venue to do it at, really. So.
And obviously Pink Floyd were probably one of the biggest bands to ever play at the original Mothers
Yeah,
Club.
absolutely. So obviously Nick Mason from Edgbaston in Birmingham, he's got a strong link to the area. So
We're talking to a lot of people at the moment. We've definitely got confirmed. Headlining will be Soft Machine, followed by the Groundhogs, Ken Pustelnick, Stan Webb from Chicken Shack, Ray Owen from Juicy Lucy, Edgar Broughton, and we're still talking to other bands at the moment out there. We're still talking to Steve Gibbons, and obviously we've got a strong connection now to Robert Plant, so we're hoping Robert, if he doesn't play, will just come and show his face and have a talk. And support will come from local bands, and there's lots of other people going to be turning up, people from The Move like Ace Kefford, Bev Bevan. It's just one of those events that's starting to grow. And we must mention as well, we're doing it for a worthy cause for the Worldwide Cancer Trust.
Yes.
And one of the artists playing is Ray Owen from Juicy Lucy. Ray has just told me last week that he's now fighting the battle with cancer. It really is sad. Ray's a great guy, brilliant artist. I think we'll play this next track and to send him some support. So this is Juicy Lucy with Who Do You Love?
I walk 47 miles of barbed wire, use a cobra snake for a necktie. I got a brand new house built on the roadside, made from a rattlesnake hide. I got a brand new chimney and it's built on top, made from a human skull. Now come on, baby, let's take a little walk. Tell me who do you love? 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 My old man, he took me by the hand. He said, "Ooh, daddy, I understand. Tell me who do you love? Tell me who do you love? Tell me who do you love? Tell me who do you love?" Yeah, I couldn't dig it now. Black and the night was blue, and around the corner an ice white blue. My pop was hidden and somebody screamed. You should have heard just what I'd seen. Tell me who do you love? 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 I got a tombstone hand on the graveyard man, and I lived long enough and I ain't stolen down. Tell me who do you love? Tell me who do you love? Tell me who do you love? Tell me who do you love?
And that was Juicy Lucy with Who Do You Love? We're sending that out to Ray Owen, sending him all our best for his battle with cancer. So, Chris, thanks for joining us on this week's show.
No, it's been fun.
And it just leaves us now your last song.
Yeah, it's a bit of a treat, this is. Band called Systematic. Up until last night, they hadn't released any material. I contacted the band as I'd engineered them on a stage in Birmingham over the summer. And yeah, they sent me this last night. This is the first time it's been heard anywhere apart from in the studio. And this is Systematic, a Birmingham band, and the track's called Lie to Me.
Now I've been watching, making notes about how you've changed. Now I've come to realize you're not who you say you are, and that ain't okay. Now I've got a feeling I might have to let you go and walk away. Cause if you're sleeping, that's a no-no. Yeah, and I can tell by your eyes. Written on your face, and I can tell that you lie. So baby, don't lie to me, lie to me, lie to me, yeah. So baby, don't cry for me, cry for me, cry, don't cry. Baby, don't lie to me, lie to me, lie to me, yeah. So baby, don't lie, don't lie, baby, don't lie. Watching, making notes about how you've changed. Now I've come to realize you're not who you say you are, and that ain't okay. Now I've got a feeling I might have to let you go and walk away. Cause if you're creeping, that's a no-no. Yeah, and I can tell by your eyes, can tell by your eyes. And it's written on your face, yeah. I can tell that you lie. Baby, don't lie to me, lie to me, lie to me. So baby, don't cry for me, cry for me. So baby, don't lie to me, lie to me, lie to me. So baby, don't lie, baby, don't lie. And I can tell by your eyes, and it's written on your face. I can tell that you lie. So baby, don't lie to me, lie to me, lie to me, yeah. So baby, don't cry for me, cry for me, cry, don't cry, don't cry. Baby, don't lie to me, lie to me, lie to me, yeah. So baby, don't lie, baby, don't lie. So baby, don't lie to me, lie to me, lie to me, yeah. So baby, don't cry for me, cry for me, cry, don't cry, baby, don't lie to me, lie to me, lie to me, baby, don't lie. So baby,
Thanks for joining us on this week's show. Sadly, since we recorded this show, Ray Owen has recently passed away. So the show is dedicated to my friend Ray and his memory. And we send our condolences to his family and friends. We're going to finish the show off now with a couple of brand new tracks. First up is The Pagans and the Paperboys with a track called In Faith So Blind. Then followed by The Beat with a fantastic new track called Maniac.
In faith so blind, I sit up, wonder what cast the spell that we're all under. Who pulls the strings? What fuels the torture? Like lamps to slaughter. Stop! Hey
I don't hate people, they hate me. Maybe because they think that my side is green. Matter of fact, make my grass is dying, so I can't contribute with this river and rain. Where's it any good that mind and a dream? If what you're gonna do is sit and get lean, you might as well go eat your juggazine, get sick for what and get your vaccine. I don't wanna eat from the forbidden tree, I'll get it off forced to the third degree. I've got all the knowledge that I need to take more than the need would be obscene. Like the ITV news and the guys on the TV, Channel 4, Channel 5, and the BBC. If I can vibrate, oh I disagree. I don't have knees at the bourgeoisie.
Inside so blind, I sit up, wonder what cast the spell that we're all under. Who pulls the strings, what fuels the torture like lamps the slaughter like love the torture. Inside so blind, I sit up, wonder what cast the spell that we're all under. Who pulls the strings, what fuels the torture like lamps the slaughter. Stop!
It's the emergence of ancient magica. Is it Mergen? No, it's that pagan chap for being offered multiple bottles of an Ixa. Hey mate, can you give me that lana back? We should look more into other cultures. Take Google listen as to what they taught us. I'm not a fake who's a dyke Harry Potter. It's the emergence of ancient magica. It's the emergence of all that was lost. Give our actions of respect from the gods. Gaining great energies from the creator's brains. Tell the devil that he should so wash. Express the talents of indigo and being yin and yang. I'm more violent here, all liquor the expressing his soul to be crushed. It's the emergence of all that was lost.
We're still stood here giving it all. Sometimes we feel small, sometimes we stand tall. When we're doing it our way, it's okay. You say, it's just another day. But we're still stood here giving it all. Sometimes we feel small, sometimes we stand tall. When we're doing it our way, it's okay. You say, it's just another day.
The devil's in the apple, it's sitting right in it. You took a bite of it, now it's got you in the spirit. I said don't touch it, then you go all poetic. Apologizing now on time, you're gonna regret this. I said the devil's in the apple, it's sitting right in it. You took a bite of it, now it's got you in the spirit. I said don't touch it, then you go all poetic. Apologizing now on time, you're gonna regret this because it's like
so blind. I sit up, wonder what cast the spell that we're all under. Who pulls the strings, what fuels the torture like lambs to slaughter. Stop!
You talk about tea for rice, but how come it's only I man can call I myself a nigga? What? Don't dictate what I can or can't say. Clean your streets of me, you discriminate. Take away every right to fulfill your wrongs. I don't buy to buy, under-explain. Create fear, create the enemy. Don't you tell me how it's meant to be. You need the code to undetonate, because I'm ticking. You're a maniac. You better backtrack, 'cause you're a maniac. You got me ticking. Right about now. Don't tell me where I can or can't go. Keep me out with your walls of Jericho. Don't believe what I read, 'cause it ain't black or white. 'Cause I fight for the right, 'cause it's gonna explode. Create fear, create the enemy. Don't you tell me how it's meant to be. You need a code to undetonate, because I'm ticking. You're a maniac. You better backtrack, 'cause you're a maniac. You got me ticking. You're a maniac, freaking little maniac. I want my life back, tell them under contract. 'Cause you're a maniac, till you're body maniac. You got me ticking. Support solo. Hold the blow. Because I'm ticking. 'Cause you're a maniac, nobody go on like that. You better backtrack, you better move with your freaking maniac, freaking